President Biden is on his way to Poland after making an unannounced visit to Kyiv today. And there has been an outpouring of support for former President Jimmy Carter, who's now receiving hospice care. Good morning. I'm Nora Rahm from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. President Biden made an unannounced visit to Kyiv today in advance of the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He said he is reaffirming the U.S. commitment to Ukraine's democracy, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. The president also announced the U.S. will send $500 million of additional assistance to Ukraine. NPR's Franco Ordonez has more on the visit.
The president said that he wanted to leave no doubt about U.S. support for Ukraine. But as you note, the fact is there are some growing doubts. So part of this trip is about making a case to Americans back home that it's not just about Ukraine, that it's also important to the United States that Russia be stopped. But, some Americans, particularly Republicans, think the U.S. is spending too much money.
NPR's Franco Ordonez. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Turkey. Yesterday, he viewed earthquake damage by helicopter and promised the U.S. would help Turkey to recover and to rebuild for as long as it takes. Officials now estimate the death toll from the earthquake in Turkey and neighboring Syria exceeds 46,000. More than 1 million people have lost their homes. Classes are resuming today at Michigan State University, where a shooting last week left 3 students dead and 5 hospitalized. Arjun Thakur from member station WKAR reports.
Classes at MSU have been suspended since the shooting occurred last Monday. The university has been holding community events and offering counseling resources to students and staff. Some students have asked for the return to campus to be delayed so the community has more time to grieve. But MSU interim provost Thomas Yaichko says the return to a learning environment will help everyone recover.
Coming back together is something that will help us. We're a community that was shaped around the interests of discovery and learning, and it is as a community that we will heal.
MSU says 2 buildings on campus where the shooting occurred will not be used for instruction for the rest of the semester. For NPR News, I'm Arjun Thakur in East Lansing.
There's been an outpouring of support for former President Jimmy Carter, who's now receiving hospice care at his home in Plains, Georgia. NPR's Giles Snyder reports.
At the Maranatha Baptist Church, where former President Carter taught Sunday school for decades, worshipers prayed for the Carter family after his foundation said he has decided to forego additional medical intervention and spend his remaining time at home with his family. Zach Steele is a deacon at the church. He worked closely with Carter over the years.
He's the bedrock of the character here, and he's taught a lot of us to be better people.
President Biden said in a Twitter statement that Carter is admired for his strength and humility. Georgia Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock called Carter a man of great faith, and Georgia Republican Congressman Rich McCormick thanked Carter for his service to the state and country. Giles Snyder, NPR News.
This is NPR News.